Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. I know that Aether Drift just came out, and I do intend to make more videos led by legendary creatures from the set, but I was too excited from the stream last Tuesday. I've been a fan of Final Fantasy since I was 8 years old, so I couldn't help but build a deck led by one of the legends that were spoiled. Leading today's deck is the leader of the Convocation of 14, the Big Daddy Asian himself, Emet Selch, Unsundered. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Emet Selch Unsundered is a 3-mana 2/4 legendary elder wizard with vigilance. Whenever he enters or attacks, we draw a card and then discard a card. At the beginning of our upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in our graveyard, we may transform Emet Selch. Transformed, he becomes Hades, Sorcerer of Eld, a legendary 6/6 avatar with vigilance. Additionally, during our turn, we may play cards from our graveyard. If a card or token would be put into our graveyard from anywhere, we exile it instead. That sounds an awful lot like one of the most powerful cards ever printed, doesn't it, dear viewer? For those new to Magic, once upon a time there was a golden age called Combo Winter. Between 1998 and 1999, you had Wrath Block and Urza Block as your standard sets. Allow me to list just a few of the cards that were legal in Standard during this time. Memory Jar, Yawgmoth's Will, Yawgmoth's Bargain, Tolarian Winds, Windfall, Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Tinker, Gaia's Cradle, Sarah's Sanctum, and Grim Monolith. Tolarian Academy was also printed around this time, but was quickly banned. The combos that were enabled by all of this fast mana were insane. Why do I bring this up? Emet Selch Unsundered also comes from a golden age, a time when the world was unbroken, and he longs to return the world to that point once again. And so, this deck is an homage to that feeling. We are returning to a golden age of Magic, when power ran rampant and players would finish each other off on turn 1. As such, this deck won't really have a budget, and we're going for a power bracket of 4 in this deck. This is not a CEDH deck by any means, but it is absolutely a high-powered deck. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. I know I'm sponsored, so you may not believe me, but Ultimate Guard katanas are the best sleeves on the planet. They have gorgeous colors like these white ones, are durable and long-lasting, and an absolute joy to shuffle. Let Ultimate Guard protect your cards with katanas. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order them on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Ancient Tomb, Polluted Delta, Flooded Strand, Bloodstained Mire, Scalding Tarn, Marsh Flats, Watery Grave, Morphic Pool, Shipwreck Marsh, Drowned Catacomb, Undercity Sewers, Sunken Hollow, Tainted Isle, Gloom Lake Verge, Sunken Ruins, Underground River, Clearwater Pathway, Dimir Aqueduct, Bajuka Bog, Field of the Dead, Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, Cabal Coffers, 5 Swamps, and 4 Islands. Powerful and straightforward. Yes, I know we don't have a Reliquary Tower in the deck. Why would we want it? Our commander allows us to play stuff again from our graveyard. For mana ramp, we've got Dark Ritual, Black Market Connections, Peregrine Drake, Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, Mox Amber, Chrome Mox, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Dominance, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Wayfarer's Bauble, and Lotus Petal. Mostly mana rocks with some rituals that can be recast later by our commander. Our card advantage package consists of Yawgmoth's Will, Rhystic Study, Windfall, Tolarian Winds, Ancient Excavation, Frantic Search, Teferi's Ageless Insight, Memory Jar, Mystic Remora, Consecrated Sphinx, Jin-Gitaxias Core Augur, Reanimate, Animate Dead, Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Mystical Tutor, and the One Ring. Mostly old school cards, as is right and proper, but Emet has been keeping up with the times after all. For interaction and spot removal, we're running Feed the Swarm, Negate, Counterspell, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Withering Torment, Arcane Denial, Ashiok Dreamrender, Narset's Reversal, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Fierce Guardianship, Deadly Rollick, and Oppression. Lots of ways to keep our opponents in line. Our board wipes consist of Cyclonic Rift, Toxic Deluge, and Archfiend of Ifnir. Gotta love one-sided board wipes. The core of our deck consists of Sir Conrad the Grim, Turgrid, God of Fright, Megrim, Liliana's Caress, Raider's Wake, Feast of Sanity, and Waste Not for payoffs, Painful Quandary, Underworld Dreams, Shieldred the Apocalypse, Psychosis Crawler, and Orcish Bowmasters as payoffs for when we draw cards, Bone Miser for fun, Laboratory Maniac, and Jace Wielder of Mysteries as optional win conditions. Supporting our plan, we've got Propaganda to encourage our opponents to attack elsewhere, Deadeye Navigator as a combo enabler, and Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves to help protect our commander. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 47 mana sources split between 33 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. Light, I know, but we have plenty of card advantage, so it's fine. 17 pieces of card advantage. Lots of ways to keep our hand full. 13 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Bojuka Bog and Ashiok Dreamrender, 2 sudden I win cards in Laboratory Maniac and Jace Wielder of Mysteries. What we're trying to do is draw through our entire deck. But what do we do with those cards? We can use our commander or Yawgmoth's Will to recast them as needed to draw even more. Windfall with Teferi's Ageless Insight on board, followed up by casting Windfall again, means we just drew an insane amount of cards. Our opponents also take a ton of damage from Megrim. We don't even need Turgrid, God of Fright on board, but it is fun having someone as mean as her on the battlefield. Now, some of you are asking why I didn't include Narset Perder of Veils. I did think about her, but I wanted to ensure our opponents drew lots of cards. Otherwise, they wouldn't have anything to discard. Then what would be the point of Megrim? Are you excited for the upcoming Final Fantasy set? Who's your favorite character in Final Fantasy? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to Manager Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits at gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Deanon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Nazwin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Richard, Devin, Sint, Boomy, Freya, Jackie, Finn, Zen, Ashura, Justin, and Christian. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.